Hold on. Not sure why I was on the other scene. Hey, Dewey. Mattel. Matt, do you realize that your name is similar to the toy manufacturer, Mattel? You ever think about that? Wow. I was queuing games prior to going live, and it was all 2s, and now it's 3s, so. Ooh. I was too focused on getting that lift. Downline? You don't think? You don't think that your name is similar to Mattel? Or you don't think as in you did not partake in thought? Ah, okay. Yeah, I think it can hurt. I definitely feel like sometimes in grad school I was working on stuff for so long or doing data analyses or literally just hard focusing for so long I got migraines. Like just the sheer thinking of it actually did hurt. But also there's like shows that like when you're playing like competitive chess players, it can actually burn calories just playing chess. So you actually can think so hard that your body's actually getting nerfed. Let's see how we get that dunk. Didn't quite work. Sure. Have snake, I like free jump. You went low, interesting. Actually, I think I got a deflection on that. Flip. Ah, waiting for him to flip so I can demo. Top shelf, yeah, good contact. That was the 2's training right there. The 2's warm-up always gives you better finishing. Plus 10 finishing. Yeah, I was like, that guy's definitely chasing me for the demo. I'm just gonna put that in the ceiling past the first guy. It's not gonna go anywhere, that's fine. Click. Snaker. That's fine, you got it. Not a huge fan of the way he hit that. We're fine, I guess. Oof. Got a little 2 underneath that. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't realize that was gonna immediately get stolen. I just wanted a demo to demo. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Taco. Tacky. How's the business? Happy new week. Happy new business week. Slap? No. Okay. Gotta get back. Oh no, I didn't want to do the double because the guy was headed back to the near post. So I was like, he's gonna get that easy save. And then he didn't actually end up going, so I should have sped it up. A little risky, and that's why. You missed it. God dang it, dude. We're just about to pass $1 million in revenue. Got to take a trip forward with the crew we do. Hell yeah. How big is your company again? I know the answers. I just need to it. Hurt what? Snake, you gotta jump. Uh-oh. Oh my gosh. Dr. Bob almost got flicked on that. I don't think that was in. We have a partner, 3 sales guys. So 6 people right now. I mean, that'd be kind of a cool way to reward employees. Like, hey guys, we passed a milli. Let's party. Glad you guys are schmoovin'. After stream tonight, I'm gonna fill out my 90-day review, my self-review. I'm gonna be kind of brutal with myself, to be honest. I feel like there's always more I could be doing, while at the same time there's not as much I wish I could be doing, you know? But either way. I got some follow-up meetings, get some more training, introspection, strategy adjustments. Oh, Snake, I would really like it if we didn't back away. That's crazy. Unfortunately. Set. Every Threes game is a full party, so I'm not too mad that we're losing those. I'm just gonna assume we're gonna lose every single one of those anyway. Today's word of the day is acceptance chat. It's a lot easier just to accept that there's only so much you can do. The fire has gone out, chat, in the Danger Taco brain. Asking for money for her daughter? That's strange. I mean, she knows how much you make and knows that you don't really have money to spare, I'm sure. At least not an immense amount. Ooh, that guy was actually boned. He did not have that read. I hit that and he immediately like froze in place like, wait. We love a good Facebook message, though, Matt. Oh, your old coworkers, never mind. Either way. I feel bad. People are so desperate nowadays. Need cash for bills and just, like, living expenses and whatnot. Honestly, once I start raking in some cash, ideally, once my territory gets a bit more online. I miss being able to donate and helping people out to pay bills and whatnot. It's like a good humanitarian thing to do, especially with it being so hard to like live for most people. Though I will say it really does depress me. There was a kid in my high school that was one of those guys who like couldn't wait to be a dad. All he ever talked about is like, yeah, when I have a son, and he'd just talk about it constantly. And then, so he, of course, found a girl who was like also on that wavelength, and they had a kid, like, I'm talking like immediately out of college. This man has a 4-year degree and 0 years experience. And like a couple months later, inevitably, he tweets out like, man, the hardest part about parenthood, no one tells you how expensive it is. I'm like, what are you talking about? Everyone, constantly, all the time, tells you how expensive parenthood is. We literally all warned you. Hey, are you sure you can afford this? You're gonna be making like a collective $60,000 out of your first year of college. Maybe you shouldn't, I don't know, move to a big city and frickin' have a kid. And he's just like, I don't know, I just thought things would take care of themselves. I'm like, how can someone college educated be so freaking stupid? And he just kept making all these freaking Facebook posts about like, oh man, I just like, how was I ever supposed to know how expensive a kid was? I'm like, well, maybe you should have looked into it and then evaluated whether or not you're ready. But no, he met a girl who wanted to have a kid, and he also wanted to have a kid, so therefore it was time to have a kid. That's all he needed to know. And I'm just like, god damn, like you people shouldn't be allowed to procreate. I'm sorry. Like right before you're about to have a kid, there should be like a quiz that comes in, pops up, and it goes like, hey, by the way, do you think it's expensive raising a kid? And if they answer no, then they say, sorry, we have shut down your genitals. You are not allowed to procreate. Your testes are hereby closed. Hey, B. Thomas. There's a Taylor Tomlinson joke like that. She's like, you have to know some of these nurses are watching these people have kids, watching these kids have, or people have kids, and immediately look at each other like, are we really gonna allow this to happen when they're about to step out of the hotel with their new baby? Like, there should be a test where it's like, hey, you can take your baby and leave, but first, can you put this metal bowl in the microwave for me? And I'm like, yeah, dead ass, that kind of does work for me. Just like, hey, are you actually like baseline stupid? Because we don't need any more stupid people around. I think we're good. We hit our quota society wide for a while back. Didn't have eugenics light on my finger. Dude, that is the closest fascist opinion I ever have, is that there are some people so recklessly irresponsible and stupid that they actually do not deserve to procreate. I don't genuinely believe that, but it's like a meme opinion that I'm like kind of leaning toward. Like in a fictional world, if a character had that opinion, I'd be like, yeah, I get it. Obviously, if that was policy, I'd be like, what the hell, that's effed up. But like, part of me is also just like, yeah, we shouldn't allow people who are just horrible people or just baseline stupid like that. Like, we don't need more kids with that room temp IQ. Go ATV. Good down. I'll mark the free space. Yep. Wait, we're losing? Just when we were tied. Hey, buddy. It's weird to see. I see a lot of people and my kids who are so persistent, on being that one thing they feel they need to be right now, but won't accept anything with the final step, not the first. No, I think that's part of just growing. I mean, Matt, what are you, like 20? I forget how old you are. 24, 26, 20, about that. I feel like the thing is that people don't understand you change a lot in your 20s, like a lot more than I think people do. Like, as someone who is now out of their 20s, I find that when I was a teenager, I had a good idea of like who I was, you know? And then when I turned 22, I was like, oh, wait a minute, I'm not the same person I was at 18. I've learned a lot about what I like, what I want, kind of my pathway, more like my character flaws and weaknesses. And then at 25, like my worldview kind of changes, and like things I thought I liked or a bit more established were actually more fleeting or temporary or situational. And then it just keeps going, like every 2 years, it feels like I learn a little something, oh, great save, I'm sorry. I didn't think that guy would turn around on that. But I feel like you grow a lot in your 20s. And so a lot of people I've noticed have that perspective of Matt, is that they're just like, I'm gonna be this. I know I'm gonna become this, and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I think you gotta give yourself some grace to... That's an insane shot. Holy, I didn't give him any faith on hitting that. Anyway, so yeah, I just find that really like illuminating when I do see people in their 20s like come up with this idea like that they have to get to X, they have to do this, and blah, 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 and they get so down on themselves about their progress, whether personal or professional. And it's like, buddy, like your 20s are growing, like you're still developing. Like, don't act like you have to have it all figured out. But people get so wrapped up in this idea of comparison. Like, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of people who've graduated with a 4-year degree and are making great money, but there's also a lot of people, a vast majority of people, who aren't. So you're not a failure if you're not making as much as your friends or whatever. Like, just focus on yourself, stuff will fall into place, and you'll find a way to optimize over time. Where are you in having kids yourself? I have zero interest in having kids, and I never have had interest in having kids. Okay. That works. Ooh, I missed my reset. Yeah, this is a pretty bad game. Do you teach them how to play Rocket League? Or I could, fun fact, save up all my money and then not have to waste money on kids that I don't want. Because nothing's better than a parent who doesn't want kids in the first place. Nice. I remember thinking 19, thinking I wasted my life. Now I'm 23 and I found it all to be so lucky sometimes. Well, it's just like people get, also people are so doomer. People are like, honestly, this is probably one of the most like little talked about things that in modern, I would say, culture, especially among like Gen Z, Gen A, is you guys are so freaking obsessed with this idea of like the unk thing. And yeah, it's a joke or whatever. But there's a lot of people who genuinely are like, oh my God, I'm 25 and I'm not a career person. Like, it's over. I'm like, buddy, what? Absolutely not, dude. Like, that's such a horribly toxic way to think about what success looks like. Like, your life isn't over because you're not making freaking 6 figures as a freaking business owner or whatever at age 25. Like, you're fine. Take your time. And I don't think it's until you get to like 30 when you realize actually there's a lot of life to live and it's like a fun experience. It's not just like, oh, you get your 20s and then it's all just boring adulthood and you're injured all the time and everything's sore, blah, blah, blah. Like, yeah, sure, that might happen if you don't take care of yourself, but like, there's plenty of time to become what you want to be. Like, you're not, your future isn't dictated by when you graduate out of college or whatever. Like, you can pivot. You can go forward. I literally spent 90% of my time in education pursuing a psychology PhD, only to leave it, do esports, and now I'm in sales, making a more comfortable living than I ever have. Like, like life is a weird thing. I don't know, I just find too many people get too freaked out about them getting older, and they're setting these arbitrary milestones that have like no bearing in actual like where they're gonna end up. Oh no, Mudkip. Okay. Morgan Freeman didn't become an actor until his 40s or 50s. Ricky Gervais didn't become a comic until he was like 40. Told me 2 years ago to ruin it, is say you're crazy. Well, just like life comes at you in weird angles sometimes. Like, yeah, obviously it can screw you over sometimes and things just really don't go right. But like also like, no one's like doomed in this world, you know? Like there's always a chance that you can like get yourself up. Yeah, you can get it from help, you can get it through networking, like whatever. Like I think you make your own luck, ultimately. Like this job that I got, I'm super thankful for it, and I got it simply because I'm streaming most days, and I was a nice enough and entertaining enough guy that one of my most loyal YouTube viewers thought I'd be good for a position at his company that he really likes. And what do you know? Like, you know, that's just like a funny thing. And people could say, well, you got lucky, that's networking. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong, but at the same time, it's like one of those things where it's like, I don't know, man. I firmly believe you make your own luck. I think that, yeah, there's no true meritocracy, but like, if I was a huge douchebag all the time and I just didn't really care, he probably wouldn't have, you know, heard me complaining about a job and offered me a job and offered up a potential possibility. Mudkip says, you are a cool guy. W Pokemon, by the way. My Emerald starter. Hey, Faddle. What's good, Gert? We're trying to get our 2s up again. You ever met a Gen Z hippie really shows the gender to fall off? Even the people who are my age are making the worst possible decisions, are stressed about how much they need to do. Well, the problem is that's also cultural decay. Like, as society gets a lot harder to afford and everything just seems like bleak, I think we're gonna have a lot of people who kind of are just generally like, I don't really care anymore. Like, just burn it all down. It's not even anarchy, it's like the lazier version of that, where they're just like, I just don't care. I think that's what you might be referring to. That's what I think about. And I don't blame those kids who are kind of like done. Like, there's all these people who are like, Gen Z in the workplace is so disrespectful. I'm like, it's because they don't care, dude. Like, they actually they're giving no hopeful vision of the future. Like, so why would they care about dressing nice for a job interview, or making sure they're talking appropriately in the workplace? Like, who cares, you know? It feels so arbitrary and like superfluous, I feel like. And I totally get that perspective. Obviously, I don't really fall into that, hence the generational gap, but like, I kind of get those people who get kind of tilted off that. And then they're just like, man, it's like, yeah, I think in an interview you should dress up or whatever, but I also understand that sometimes people just don't have money for, I mean, I remember I got invited to a conference. It was 3 days, and my professor was like, yo, wear 3 different suits. And I'm like, buddy, I have 1 suit. Throughout my entire life, I've had 1 suit. Like, what do you mean have 3 or 4? Because even the cheapest suit you can possibly get is still like 60, 70 bucks, I'd say. Like, it's not cheap out there, you know? Gonna be a physical therapist, and a mom professor told me I was good at math. Oh yeah. I became a mailman at post office in dire straits, and I wanted to help him be like being outside. Never had a mailman on my card, still became my career. But that's just how life is, you know? Yeah, stuff gets at you. Also, I mean, I think one of the most human things you can also ever uncover is, like, psychology was something that was always the plan in my brain. Nice pass. Like, I never had any other thought, and therefore I had another mission. So when it ended, there was a part of me that really like felt like, shit, like, what do I do? Like, I have never been in a situation where I didn't know where I was going, you know? Can I cue some 6s with you? 6s. As in, you want to play a 6-man's? 3s. Oh, okay, I was about to say, I'm like, what? Bro's so used to in-house 6-mans that he called 3s 6s. I'm brain rotted. Yeah, I was about to say, I called it. I was like, you're so brain rotted. That's really funny. Because I'm like, a 3 to 6 is not close to each other. Well, I guess technically they're next to each other in the numpad, but. He wants me to get a job, just a business. Why would I do that? Well, the thing is like, as someone who was a contractor, I'm not living as nice and as stably as you, but I also get, as a contractor, job by job gig life. It can be stressful for sure, not having like a steady salary, but the freedom that comes with that is something I will always miss, I think. I really like my job, and the hours aren't that bad. The people I'm working with are great. It's just more so like, I do miss the idea of like, I am my own boss. Like, I can help dictate the flow of things and whatnot. Choose to slowly kill me? Yeah, I felt that. I was trying to play off his touch. Is that Debo? I think it is. Yeah, I mean, hockey, I mean, it's up to you as well. I mean, you can make this this business, build it up, and yeah. I think Devo's in my stream. He just mentioned something about a job. I'm not sure if what he's referring to here. I mean, most businesses in the first year, I think like 50% of them fail, so you guys are clearly doing it right. I also feel like part of what makes a lot of businesses fail, at least among my friends, is they have their idea of like what they want to do, but they haven't done the market research to see like, is that actually something anyone wants? You know what I mean? Like that's like one thing that I see so freaking much down here in Texas. Like I see so many like little niche little things pop up, and it's like a restaurant, like a pop-up. Well, not even a pop-up, it's like a full-on restaurant where they're buying the little frickin' wow, what am I saying? Let's just say, okay, they're renting the storefront, whatever, paying the lease. but it's like the most ridiculously like over the top thing. It's not ramen, it's not like Chinese food, it's not some chain. It's like, oh, this is specifically like all raw fish salads or whatever. And we're like, oh, so it's sushi. They're like, no, it's like lettuce with like raw fish wrapped in it and like sauce on it. And I'm like, what? And then it goes out of business, and then they're like, oh, this economy sucks. I'm like, no, no one wants that. no one wanted that. Poke is different, sushi is different. That is nothing. Kyle, you are something special. Thank you for the 5. I love ramen. I freaking love ramen. There's a great ramen place directly across the street from me. It's pretty lit. Actually, Leaf, are we friends? I don't even know if I like you. I mean, what? Run 3s. Well, I don't know what your ad is. I don't think I'm friends with you on Run Steam or Epic. I get it. Thank you for the 2-month Prime Fatal. Boop, boop. Not to mention the most commonly failed business is restaurant. Well, it's just, see, Gordon Ramsay said, I think, like, if you can fill tables on a Monday and Tuesday, you're doing great. Because Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will always be pretty good. And that gives people false sense of security, and it makes them want to scale up. Like, oh, look, our grand opening, we have a lot of people. Well, yeah, but honestly, the best restaurants are always the one where on Monday afternoon, I'm like, man, I could really go for blah, 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 or whatever. Kyle, how you doing? Are you driving? Just friend you on Steam? That's a freaking lie, dude. That's a freaking lie. I actually might have a full friends list. Hold on. Gotta look through who I've not seen online. I have no idea who this is. Bang. Yeah, you can try again. Straightforward. Adding on Steam already. Hey, he moves fast, you know? In this modern age, sometimes you gotta. But yeah, seriously, like the amount of people who do no market research on like what type of food you should be serving. And then you go to this place and it's just like, I do remember going to a place in like a couple blocks down from my place. I was getting a haircut and this woman just busted in with flyers and she's like, yo, grand opening down the street, blah, blah, blah. And all the guys were looking at like how the food is good. I was pretty good. And it was like breakfast sandwiches. So it's like, you know, like a toasted everything bagel with like eggs and 3 different types of cheeses and like pepper smoked, like pepper crusted bacon or whatever. And I'm just like, this looks pretty good. And she even brought like a sandwich in for everyone to like look at and smell basically. Like she gave one for the owner. And I was just like, oh damn, that does look good. And it went out of business and I realized it's because that small menu that they were showing was not the beginning menu, that was the final thing. So the only thing you could ever go to that place for was for a breakfast sandwich and like a coffee. But the thing is like, that feels like way too niche because ultimately you're not gonna go to this really specific place downtown. The only time I'd want a breakfast sandwich is when I'm getting ready for work and there's like a drive-through and I'm trying to get there quick. I'm not gonna park on the street, pay the meter, walk inside this business that doesn't have a to-go thing yet, and then place an order while waiting in line and then get my bagel. That takes way too long. Like you have to understand, like when people are getting a breakfast thing, they're either going to work or it's Saturday, Sunday. And if you can't make money during the weekdays, you're not gonna stay in business. Like it's just not how it works. You talk fast. I am a professional talker. Seems like more like a roach coach idea. I mean, I will say I did go there once with my roommate and we were like, this is like a solid 7, 8 out of 10, depending on like how fresh it is. Cause if you walk home with it, it's not that good. Right next to it though was Bocce's Pizza, which is a really good Chicago chain. Apparently it's actually a larger chain than that. I lied. Cause I Googled randomly Bocce's and there was a location in like, Richardson, Texas, which is like right down the highway from me. So I was just like, huh? But yeah, apparently that was a thing. And then I went to it and it wasn't as good as the location back home. So I'm sad. GG's bros, I am Mystic. Hello, Mystic. Howdy. GG. I bet you would use all the income from a roofing business and start a real estate company. That's the end goal. I mean, once you have, I'm a firm belief that obviously there's a lot of knowledge base you have to have for sales within a niche, but you can learn all that. I think the true knowledge your sales team has to get is just how to sell and how to like be a good person at interacting with your customer and being able to like figure out what they want, anticipate needs, be proactive, but also like understand how to like challenge them in the right ways, like poke them to kind of like get them to think a bit deeper about what they might need or what they want and whatnot. And so I think that I don't see that as a problem at all. I think that totally makes sense. Yeah, like invest in the real estate 'cause that's where cash could be, especially if the market freaking explodes the next 2 years. So buy complexes, that too. Damn, slumlord hockey on the way. Why don't you buy my management company and then you can be my landlord? I'm down, I'll send him an offer. Excellent. Sick of those guys. Jobless danger tackle. I'm so lost what he's talking about here. I'm literally employed. Our teammate's name is not racist, but interesting. Sell the property in Meta VR. That's like what's it called? That's like NFTs, but with more step. You aren't doing anything for this economy? Ooh, that's crazy. We're trying to rage bait. I just don't even get the bit here. I also don't even know if he's streaming or not. He's just doing this for the love of the game. Well, I know Debo, so he's not, this isn't like some random. Definitely random. He might not be a random, but he acting like one. If it sounds like a random and smells like a random, you know? Oh my God, I just remembered. So there was a kid I went to college with who was in the fraternity. Was in the fraternity that my friends were in. And I didn't really talk to him, but he was like a business guy. And so of course he's like the classic business major where he's like, oh, I gotta pitch this app idea. Oh, I have this idea for blah, blah, blah. I just need people to buy in. And one of his ideas was one of those like 2 a.m. thoughts that maybe you should have just kept inside the old noggin, where he goes, oh, you know what? Like in college campuses, we're dating really often because of like Hinge and well, Hinge didn't exist back then, but he was like Tinder and Bumble or whatever. So, oh no. But like when you're younger than that, like how are you supposed to date? You just have to like date your school. So I'm gonna make a dating app only for people under 18. And it's like, wait, so a dating app for minors? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, well, isn't that gonna be a problem for like multiple reasons? He's like, no, it's like only for minors. I'm like, oh, well, if you said that, I'm sure no one would join the app that only children use. He's like, no, but like, no, like, I don't think you're seeing it. I'm like, I don't think you're seeing it. Like, I think there's a lot of problems with this app that you're not really paying attention to. Hello, Eve Blancos. Solo inglés, por favor. Good pass. Then he wasn't. Well, for a brief moment, he thought he was. So the difference is, like, there's a lot of people who, like, think stuff. Honestly, have you guys ever met the person who, like, actively thinks he is, like... You know how it's like a... You know how, like, some teenagers will get, like, overly confident and overestimate their abilities? You ever meet the person who, like, straight up doesn't understand that they are not that smart? Like, they actively are like, oh, people can't really fathom the depths of my intellect. It's kind of sad. And just like, while you're listening to them, you're like, this guy's like such a... He's like the dumb guy's idea of who a smart guy is. A guy who reads like motivational posters and then makes long-ass LinkedIn tweets about it. You're just like, buddy, you are like the most average human I've ever met. But you use the occasional thesaurus word of the day in your sentence, so therefore you are peak intellect. I have a question, I will have an answer. I can speak if you want me to. I would prefer just because I don't know how to talk any other language, so I don't want to be able to have people talking in languages that I can't read and then also can't respond to. I'm a silver. Any tips? You should learn how to do a basic aerial. And then generally how to, oh, bonk. Local banana. You learn how to power shot and then learn how to do a basic aerial. And if you're like, I already know how to do that, I guarantee you don't do it consistently, and therefore you should definitely learn in the sense that you should do it better and practice more, way more. It's not about doing it once or twice, it's about doing it every single time well. I really didn't think he'd cut it that hard. I thought we'd get a little closer. Dude, oh my god, I'm not gonna lie, I had the funniest thing in one of my comments. So I had this video I posted where I demoed two people simultaneously, like they were both next to each other, and I hit both of their back corners, like their back left and the back right bumper, and so they both exploded at the same time. And I'm like, wow, in all my hours, I've never seen that. And I posted the amount of hours I have, which is like a lot. And someone goes like, oh my god, all these people making fun of you because you're not a pro, even though you have like over 10,000 hours. I have over 10,000 hours and I'm still a diamond. It's perfectly normal. Every comment is, bro, really? You're what? And I'm like, okay, I think it's fine to be like a diamond or whatever and not try to grind or everything. 10,000 hours and you're not even like a GC is kind of insane. And the guy's like, well, I don't really play like to improve. I mean, yeah, I grind ranked a lot, but like, I'm not trying to like be incredible. I'm like, I don't know, man, that sounds like insane code. Like, I don't think it's even a problem if you never hit champ or GC. Like, it's hard to do that. But at the same time of like 10,000 hours, you didn't get better at all. You don't know how to aerial, you don't know how to do a wall thing. Because the thing is, you can't, like fundamentally, you cannot play the game for like that long without at least improving a little bit. Because think about it, 10,000 hours is not something where, oh, I only play Rocket League an hour a day. No, you are grinding this game out. If you have over 10K hours in a game that's 10 years long, keep in mind, 10,000 hours is basically 1 full year of playing a game. And obviously no one does that. So like, spread out, you're like, no, this is a game you've grinded enough where you should be getting pretty decent. So in my mind, I was just like, I don't wanna like, I don't want to defend that guy and that he's like, well, I mean, you should be high. Like, guys, it's fine. Because I agree that, like, you know, it's not under obligation to grind a game. But I was just kind of like, I don't know, man. Like, 10,000 hours and that sunless guy was gold, or you're a diamond and you're acting like, oh, but the thing is, I'm not trying to. Honestly, I don't even think you would need custom training after 10,000 hours to, I don't know, at least at champ. I raise you Papa Rizzo. I play that guy all the time. Well, Papa Rizzo's also like in his 60s, I think. Oh, someone added me in a Discord, but it's a Discord I forgot to leave. I wish I could see comments. You can't see the comments on your freaking phone still? Tips for Champion 2, learn how to keep the ball closer. Lobster chesticles, that's insane, man. That age kills your reaction time. I mean, it does blunt it a bit, but you can still play high reaction stuff later on. I mean, have you seen Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and Joe Flacco? I guarantee if reaction time was actually completely dead, you wouldn't be playing in the NFL at the hardest position. Ooh. I saw a teammate jump for that, so I was like, oh, he must have it, my bad. Yeah, age definitely does go down, but the thing is, I argue that even if your age goes down, other factors you can compensate for when you're gaming in like any comp game. I think that's why you can see players in COD who are like in their late 20s, early 30s still be able to play the game at a decent level. Because it's not like, oh, they're bad. I think it's just honestly, I would argue a lot of what makes players burn out near the end of their careers and start retiring, especially in Rocket League, is they think that once they get older, they're like, it's Jover. And so they get into this perspective of like, oh, I need to grind the game harder. And then instead of like refining their skills, they're just burning themselves out. And then when they play bad, they're like, their first thought isn't, oh, I'm playing way too much, I'm burnt out. They're like, oh, I must be bad. I can't do this game anymore. And it's like, no, I think you just need to play a little bit less. Like, keep yourself sharp, obviously, but don't force yourself to play 80 hours a week or whatever. Oh, we read this, by the way? No, 100%. That was something I literally asked him in a OG Esports Q&A. I was like, what's your practice look like nowadays? Like, as one of the older players. And he's like, literally just take every scrim really seriously. And other than that, he is like, just, keep on the sticks. You don't have to, like, be like a freaking rank demon. You don't have to have 1,000 hours. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good point. Wow, that was almost a really insane save or touch. Good pass. Hey, banana. I probably can't bear no lifting twos anymore. No lifing twos anymore. I think twos is a great way to keep yourself sharp, especially, it's also a great way of getting in front of pros consistently and proving your worth, which is very helpful for, I think, like tryouts. Like, literally, like, some of the cash cups proved to a lot of people, at least I know in CRL, that, like, Royales is a really good player. I don't know if he's announced his RLCS team or not. Did I miss it? Either way. Yeah, he played really well, and then all the schools that were considering recruiting him and then didn't, I was talking to a bunch of those players, and they were like, dude, I didn't realize how good Royales was until we're playing in the cash cups, and he kicked my ass, and I'm just like, yeah. But, yeah. That's also the thing a lot of people also I find funny. Like, there is I believe I am of the subsection of players that, like, I want to play well, and I want to play at a high level, and I want to win and whatnot, but I'm not trying to go pro. I've won, like, there was always, like, this one trash talker in my chat that used to come through and be like, wow, you're still not a pro after all your hours. Like, that's so pathetic. And I'm like, buddy, like, that would imply that I'm trying. I think it would be sad if I was constantly like, I'm never stopping until I'm going to be a pro. I'm going to make it big. I'm going to be signed to the biggest orders you'll see. And then I was like hard stuck GC3, like that's entirely different. There's like definitely a subsection of people that exists. Like, I'm competitive in that I want to play at a high level. I want games that challenge me, but like at the same time, I'm not trying to, grind that out. Dunk, by the way. Oh, beta. Oh, do it. We're gonna lob that one just because I saw that guy go on the sidewall. That's a crazy clear. Hi, in hell. Or Angel. Or Soon Dudes. On hell. Okay. Have you been playing Simpsons Fortnite? I'm gonna be honest with you, buddy. No. Watch her sneak underneath and just be like, can I get a little boop? Alright, good recovery, that works. Ooh. Get it kind of like straight down. I thought he did it a little further up, my bad. This one? No. No goal for Fatal. Crazy. Yeah, I think it's but that's at least my personal theory of burnout that forces young pros to retire in Rocket League. I think it's just too much. Granted, it's also a lot of high pressure being a pro esports athlete. I'm not going to act like it isn't. I think it's a little bit less on COD, because one thing that is COD has is stability, and that it's franchising. If you get cut from a team, you'll probably be able to find another team. But that being said, like in Rocket League, if you don't make a major, you might legitimately just get cut. Like, you might actually just have the org go, you're fired, by the way. So not a lot of job stability. Fortnite is old. I forgot how old Fortnite is, deadass. I mean, I was watching iTemp, British streamer, play Fortnite back in like 2016, 2017. Is it older than Rocket League? I actually don't know. Oh, it's splashy. Time's going by so stupidly fast a little bit. Oh. Oh, it's on back. I think everyone else thought the same. Rocket League's dead as 2013. I mean, it was not in 2013, but BR came out in the end of 2017. I feel like that's not true. I feel like that came out earlier than that. Am I dead? Am I dead in that head? I remember the initial ads for Fortnite coming out, and I was just like, whoa. I thought the art style was definitely really interesting. They kind of locked in, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of places could definitely hope and learn a lot. You need like good game style. I think a lot of games are too focused on like I need to make this gray and gritty and like Tarkov or like Battlefield or like COD. I'm like, nah, just make it look cool. Like have an aesthetic. And Fortnite realized if we go like 70% cartoony, then it's great. Fortnite Save the World was out earlier. Oh, okay. The Battle Royale is 2017 Trust. Okay, I will trust Fatal. Okay, so Rocket League is technically older. At least in terms of its main form. So I think when we think of Fortnite, we think of BR. I don't think we think about anything else. But also, Fortnite being an infinite money machine also helps. I think at its peak, it was making something like $20 million a day or something like that for Epic, which is just an absurd statistic to even think about. I feel like you hear that from those games, and you start to realize why every CEO is like, can we make a live service game? I would love to make immense amounts of money. Oh! I didn't expect us to not get that. I had no more boost. Sad. GTA 5. Well, I mean, Minecraft is like a game that I think is just endlessly replayable. Like, yeah, they still need to update it, but like the core of it is just really solid. GTA 5, I think, definitely, obviously influential because Rockstar is always going to have a lot of input in the culture of gaming with GTA. It also helps that they take their time to make those games. They don't just, because like GTA 5, well, any of the GTAs would not have any of the same interest if they came out every year. You know what I mean? Like, they're really only good because Rockstar and like studios like Rockstar or Sucker Punch or all the Naughty Dog, like they really make sure those games are like dialed the fuck in. I'll try him, Doug. How you doing? I will say, like, Skyrim is like a little... I really soured on Bethesda. Bethesda's got by on like their atmosphere. Like their art design and like their storyboarding is really solid for the most part, but like they need to hire more people. Bethesda's still stuck in the idea that like, we're just a tiny indie company. We're like a mid-sized studio. And I'm like, no, you're not. Like, you're one of the most beloved freaking IP owners and developers in the scene. You can't keep hiding behind that every time you put out a game that's like full with bugs and has like zero QA assurance on it, or like QA testing. Like, at a certain point, you just suck. Like, lock in. No, guys, you don't understand. We had to use our B team. I would argue a B team should still put out good work. It's not like that's the interns, you know? Like, those are full-ass professional developers. Well, guys, you understand Starfield. We pivoted. I don't care! Make a Bethesda RPG in space. It should literally be Space Cowboys, the RPG. That's it. And yet, instead, they made it bad. Which is a shame, because I actually do really want to play Starfield at one point, but I will never buy it because it's never gonna get fixed. It's not gonna No Man's Sky its way into relevance. It's just gonna sit there permanently unfinished and unloved. Do you think Tesvi will be a masterpiece? What the heck is that? Oh, the Elder Scrolls? I never heard of it referred to like that. I don't know, because I think Bethesda's still gonna F it up. Like, they literally released the remastered version of Oblivion, and it straight up still has bugs. Not like beloved bugs, like they did one where like the voiceover artist like effed up a line and they kept in her going like, oh, can I do that again? Okay, thanks. And then they just restart it and they left that whole thing in. But that's kind of like a fun bug, like Gandhi being a homicidal maniac in Civ, you know? Like, that's like a fun bug. You want to keep that in. But at the end of the day, when it comes to like anything else, yeah, I don't know why you would keep that in. Like, why would you not want to refine your game? Like, rough around the edges. There's still quests that do not finish in the remaster. The whole point of the remaster is not to make it look better only. It's to fix the stuff you wish you were able to adjust before. So I think people don't fully understand, in my opinion. A remaster shouldn't just be aesthetic. If it is, you kind of just wasted your time. Like, you could always update textures. That's not something that requires a remaster. Oh my god, if we lost that. They're gonna release Skyrim again before they release Elder Scrolls 6. I think Elder Scrolls 6 is gonna come on its way. I think they're kind of running out of things. I mean, the fact they ran out of Skyrim things, so they just said, what if we remastered the game before Skyrim, is pretty hilarious. Granted, I had fun with Oblivion, but at the end of the day, it is a little irritating that Bethesda just feels like it's mailing it in at a certain point. I feel like they're not locking. They're not locking in, chat. Like in the last cuts, because he killed one of the monkeys. No, dude, deadass. Like, I am on that Thieves Guild quest where you have to sneak into the archives that are guarded by the blind monks. And I alerted one of them, literally I have no idea how. Like I had such high stealth, and I alerted them, and then this quest is forever locked because you can't go back in. And I didn't kill them, so I'm just like, wait, so I can never finish this quest now? There's not anything? Like they never planned that you would fail that part of the thing. Like it's just such a weird gap. And literally I was playing Oblivion and I was playing it pretty religiously, and then that quest failed, and I literally since then have lost all interest in doing that game again, or playing that game again. Because it just left such a sour taste in my mouth that I'm like, I dedicated like literally hours doing this freaking quest. And some of these things are hard. Like some of them, you have to like do a whole battle royale inside of a burning room against a bunch of like spectral ghosts that do a bunch of damage and have like insane health. And I finally beat it, only to be told, actually, just kidding, you failed. That quest is dead forever. Bye. And then I Google it, and Reddit's like, no, you're right. It is literally unsalvageable. And I'm just like, cool. And that's why I think it's so frustrating trying to like Bethesda games, because they're just so inherently unfinished. It's like the sloppiest AAA studio you could ever imagine. Bang! You can't give me that! Oh my God, Taco Peak, that's not a peak. That was just a wide open goal. I think the funny thing is I didn't even use my reset because I didn't want to miss. Best game ever is RuneScape, OS RuneScape. I gotta go play 6-mans, GG's. GG's, Fatal. My dad will buy you a membership if you give me your password. I do not play RuneScape, but thank you. I'm planning to pick Oblivion Remaster back up when I need a heater in my room more. That is true. Watch one video. I peeked and hit a corner read today. Congrats, Wyverns. Weren't timeless cuts like RuneScape and Mario? Well, Mario is like, what do you mean Mario? I would say that Mario 64 is definitely a classic. I know, like, I feel like Super Mario, Mario is really good because I don't think necessarily, they're not necessarily the games I think of when I think of classic, but in terms of like, just like a really solid game design and like platforming innovation, I think Mario knocks out of the park every single time. Like every time you see like a Donkey video on Mario, you can tell how sincerely he appreciates how well made those games are. Like Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Odyssey, every one of those games like a 10 out of 10 experience. Very fun, love it. I'm back, a childhood friend, I don't know who you are. My password is Gary BC Games. Oh, that scam 20 years ago. Oh. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't see that guy hiding behind the other guy. Super Mario Sunshine is the best Mario game. In fact, that's actually the one game I have not played. I don't think I finished Super Mario Galaxy either, but honestly, just because I didn't own it on a console, I like borrowed my friend's and I was playing it on there for a bit. I could probably emulate that thing now. Oh. I knew he was pre-jumping and I tried to hit it at the corner, but I decided too late. Oh. What a save, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of insane. I still innovated most of my Mario game, my $6 game, so I didn't play them as a kid. I think Mario Odyssey is insane, but personally, I think Mario 64 for the DS was such a great port, and I freaking played the crap out of that game. Super Mario 64 slaps, like in terms of just like a whole storyline and world, cool little original mechanics, definitely like revolutionized stuff. Also just in breaking history is like one of the first, I can't say first, but like one of the, I think, original games that kind of showed off like this is what 3D gaming looks like, walking around in 3D space instead of having a side scroller. I remember that game at the time was blowing people away. These guys are really challenging late. Took a random name out of my abbreviations. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I have no idea who you are. Ooh, I like it, Jay. Well done. A couple buddies from Discord, all the competition for speedrunning Super Mario 64. Undoubtedly the most iconic Mario of all time, and easily the same across games. Iconic. I would say like the OG side-scrolling Super Mario probably beats that, in my opinion, but I would say it's either that or 64, yeah. These guys are so slow that it makes me slower because I don't want to go before I have to. Guys, please. Oh, sad. So many streams that you barely remember most. I mean, I remember a decent amount, but buddy, I don't even vaguely remember your name, which means you either changed it or you haven't been here in like a year. Got stuck in some part I can't remember. Well, then that's why you got a path better. XRLCS caster Turtle. He speedran Super Mario 64. But he's a big retro gamer. That'd be how it is, M-Dog. These guys. All right. I'm just gonna start playing fast. I'm literally like waiting for these guys to hit it, and then when they don't, I'm like, oh no, and then I realize, wait, I could have gotten that if I just went immediately. That's fine. We're gonna boost. Sorry, buddy. Thought that was be saber. Dusted. As it should be. Double it, buddy. Hell yeah, triple tap. Oh my god. Wait, he had a double-double. He put it off the backboard. You ended it off the backboard and then off the ground. Wait, there's no way. There's no way we get the lead and then you guys throw it away on the kickoff. It's crazy. Anyway. Our greatest gaming achievement is getting to the last gondola on the way to the Prophet of Truth Temple in Halo 2 on Legendary. Ooh. The retro gaming. I didn't realize how refined his channel had gotten. I'd seen him post stuff before, but I'm like, yeah, that's pretty good. But like, I don't know if he edits it himself or what, but like his aesthetic is dialed in. He's got like a cool little like VHS like color tear on all his videos. It looks really good, dude. Like he's doing it really well. I love video essays too, so like that scratched a niche. Because I'm not really a cozy or like retro gamer, but like him talking about this stuff is really cool. I definitely think the video on the future of gaming is offline. I think it's a very accurate video. I think there's only so much we can really continue down this live service pathway before things just kind of fall apart. In terms of like how stable those games are in terms of actually enjoying your time gaming. Okay, I wasn't sure we had that. Finished games for releasing them into the Lost Art. Yep. Are you in SSL? Not right now, but we have been SSL many a season. That's actually insane. Ooh, I figured he was gonna reset that, but I was like trying to play the mid ground so I could spike it up if I dunk it. I'm an SSL, we can play sometime? Nope, I don't play with anybody I do not know. Got that? Oh, really expected someone to touch that. A lot going on here, chat. Oof, overflipped on that one. Oh, I thought he was gonna soft touch that, okay. Ooh. Head off the crossbar an angle I didn't anticipate. Yeah. Unfortunately, we're not going to win if there's a hard carry guy we keep feeding the ball back to. That was rough defense. We're not grabbing any of those pads. I think my next membered month is 19, so you go to bar in the Stockyard Stocko. Absolutely. Hello, Danon. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, hello. Ooh, good double. Okay. I thought the second guy was going to do this. How long have you been doing this? Streaming? I thought CSP wouldn't go for that. I was kind of surprised he aerialed for that. I thought he was going to hold back. Finger slipped. No. Streaming I've been doing for a bit. I would say like actually taking it seriously since like 2021. That's actually insane on a deflection. There's no way. If I shot that on target, low key, that's just straight up in. I don't think any of them expected me to turn on that. Ooh, nice little flick. Not gonna lie, after playing those guys who are super slow on the other team, it's kind of weird playing against players who can actually aerial this time. Song name? I have no idea. You Say by Dumu. D-U-M-U-U. D-U-U-M-U, I think. They never see the midfield 40 boost turn coming. Nope. Yeah, we're just chasing. That, of all places to go, directly into the guy in the direction he's pre-jumping you is such a bold move by that guy. I don't know how you're not dead. Man. Oh, teammate. Ooh, I didn't realize you left the wall. Anyway, GG's. It's been fun. Don't ever want to get those guys again. Quick question about content creator, if you don't mind me asking. I came to ask when you think the best time to post is. There is no best time to post technically, but if you want to find that out on YouTube, go to YouTube Studio, go to content analytics, and then go to audience. And as you continue to post, it'll tell you when most of your viewers are on the apps, like on a desktop app, on YouTube, whatever. And it'll give you a graph of when it is the best time to post your content or whatever. It'll be like a heat map, basically, where it'll show all 24 hours every day, and it'll like line up like, hey, from 10 a.m. to like 4 p.m. is when most people watch or whatever. So that's what I base it off of, but technically, especially on short-term form content, at least on YouTube, on other platforms it's different, but it doesn't really matter on YouTube when you upload something. I think it's just good to upload it right before your peak time. So so if my heat map is like 11 o'clock as the hop time, I try to upload it at 10:45 so that people can start getting it into their feeds. Get my head wrapped in electrodes tomorrow morning. Tomorrow morning? Are you doing a sleep study? Step advice: if you ground pinch your goal, it'll make your life a lot easier. Ground pinch my goal? Snow, this sounds very much like you're a fake SSL. What are you talking about? Hey, I think honestly, well, the only difference I would advise you on in that threes game where you're playing against a full party with randoms is you should probably learn how to ground pinch. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah, I definitely think that would have influenced my game a lot. Buddy, what are you talking about? The ground pitch is good to know, but like, how in the world would that have like influenced that last game? What? Did my first air dribbles? Excellent. Upgrades you tend to post during lunchtime or 7 p.m. since they're not working. That works. Well, I mean, you can schedule posts. Never mind, bro. Yep. Sorry if I'm just assuming, but it's just such a weird advice to give to someone. Hey, man, just as an advice, which I didn't ask for, but either way, you should definitely learn how to ground pinch, and that would make ranked easier? Question mark? Oh, I was playing his catch. Honk. Nice. How long does it take to master simple air dribbles? I mean, as much time as you dedicate to it. Everyone's a little different. Learn how to quadruple flip reset. It would actually make ranked a lot easier. In ones, at least. And by easier, I mean it would make my content life a lot easier if I could just post those clips. We'll try to go low on the near post there. I was like, I think he's up, but you never know at this rank. Ooh, why are you leaving the goal? Unfortunate. Good pass by them. "24-hour EEG? Yeah, as I thought. I used to do that for the sleep lab I worked in. I have to watch for sleep spindles and monitor when people went to sleep. Well, hopefully you get, your sleep stuff figured out. Okay, I heard CS3 up and I was like, oh, okay, I'll bail. Ooh, that's not the lob you want. Okay. Only time I give away the balls, reset a midfield. Oh, it's for F-subs to not sleep, but technically it's metric sleep as well. Oh, well, either way. But yeah, I used to do electrodes for sleep at least. Yeah, I've never dealt with epilepsy. Well, hopefully you can figure that out, get your meds right. Can we please? I'm begging you, stop giving away a goal. What are we doing? Sad. was trying to say if you run it up the wall above your goal, then ground pinch it. Ground pinch it up my wall? I'm not sure if there's a translation issue or something I'm missing. Ooh, go. Boo. Ooh, I didn't know if you had the boost for that. Okay. Didn't really have the kickstart on that, so I'm like, I'll take a 50. CS3? Oh. That's tough. Can I bring a question about another creator? You can ask about stuff, sure. Oof. I was just trying to say, if you run it up the wall above your goal, then bring it down to ground pinch, it works once you get the hang of it. But if you don't believe me, then whatever, just trying to help. Snow, I don't know if you've ever played threes in your entire life, but there's absolutely no way you have the time to bring it above your goal and then drop it down for a ground. What? I don't know. I don't want to mismanage what you're trying to describe. I'm just super lost on how that's like a game-changing mechanic. Like, I've casted literally thousands of like SSL pro level lobbies. I don't think I've ever seen that actually attempted in any other way than like a bail. Like, oh no, I lost to the air dribble, better pivot to that. But like purposely breaking it up and then going straight down. What do you think about Spook? Look, the stuff he says in his videos. I actually made a tweet the other day that got a lot of conversation going about Kinsey, a really good player that's been doing coaching, and he's been doing a lot of like specific marketing tactics of like stop dribbling and you should never dribble because in high level lobbies it's useless, blah blah blah. And it's obviously not exactly that, but my problem with Spook Luke is like he is not a good enough player in my mind to understand certain nuances. And I will say, I know that when you're trying to make a viral clip, you need to get rid of nuance, and it just has to be like, you should never learn how to air dribble below like whatever because blah 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 and all this stuff. But the thing is like, it's not just like he's saying, oh, you shouldn't prioritize that. He's actively just saying you should never do X. And I'm just like, buddy, what? Like you're telling me you should never redirect when you're below diamond or whatever? Do you have any idea how much important it is to learn how to air roll and angle a touch? Like that's like, if anything, that's more of a defensive thing, not like an offensive thing you should learn. But like, he's just super aggro when it comes to those types of takes. And I know it's for like the marketing of it all. Ooh, angle. No! I leaned back too far. That was a good height on it. Anyway, I just don't enjoy what he's doing in regard to coaching, because the problem is ultimately I think it hurts more than it helps. I think he's probably a decent coach if you sat down in a call with him. Yeah, I knew he had a minimal boost. But I'm just like, I don't know. I think if you only took in knowledge via his shorts or whatever, I think it would just be a very like lackluster education. There's a lot of nuance in Rocket League that you can't just say like in a 20-second clip, never do this, always do this. Like there's very rarely any rules. Like back in the day, we used to think rotations are as 1, 2, 3, and nowadays like learning rotations like that is such like a waste of time. Because that's just not how rotations work, even in lower levels now, you know? Hi, Super Delicious. So I think Spook gets a lot of hate because people say he's scamming people. I don't think he's scamming people. I think he's offering a very bad value. I think a scam is asking people to pay for something and then not giving them what they're paying for. If you're paying for coaching, even if it's a $40,000 a month, if you pay that, you didn't get scammed, you paid $40,000, you're just disappointed with your purchase. It's different if you paid $40,000 and you got nothing, then it's like, what the heck, I wish I got more, you know? Didn't sales pitch is exactly the same as a sales group. No, exactly. That's the thing. Is like his take. I actually made a video making fun of him for this, but yeah, the video I keep referring to is like he said, if you're below diamond, you should stop doing this, and it shows a redirect. He's like, because in order to redirect, you need someone passing it upfield to you. First of all, no. Second of all, also no. Third of all, what? And then he goes, because when you're in diamond, no one's passing. So therefore, why would you want to learn that? And on top of that, if no one's passing, you'd have to lurk upfield waiting for a hit and then go for the redirect, which is bad for your rotation. And I'm like, that's not even like the point. Like half of redirecting isn't like shooting it on target, it's learning how to angle your car to push the ball where you want it to go. Do you have any idea how often you do that on defense? Like people think, oh no, redirect, he's talking about skimming it. No, he's not. He's talking about literally any upfield like change in direction on your aerial as you hit the ball. And he's saying you shouldn't work on that at all until you're champ or grand champ. And I'm like, buddy, you're gonna wait until you're the top like 5% of all players to work on one of the most like fundamental mechanics in the game? Like, what are we doing here? But again, it has to frame like that because it gets more clicks. If he actually made a whole video on how to properly do X or what should train, it would be too long. It wouldn't be as interesting or clicky or clickbaity, and therefore you're not gonna get as much mileage out of it. And I get that, but that's also why I think those types of courses kind of irritate me. I don't like the marketing of it. Okay. Might be possible in threes. If you're trying to air dribble and take it down, you're gonna get pressured way too fast in GC through SSL threes to do that. That's kind of why I'm saying, like, you're watching me play threes and you're like, you should try ground pitching it. It's like, why would I do that in threes? In twos, you can get away with that because people will give you hello? Sorry, Jay, I didn't realize you were completely stationary in goal and out of boost. I thought you had a little momentum on that. Oh, he did, never mind, that's unforgivable. I don't know why he's waiting. You're definitely not gonna be able to pull that off in threes. People are pressuring you way too fast to be able to get away with dropping it down. Hell, you try to like, if you miss any semblance of your touch on offense even, people are gonna immediately rush to you. Pinches really work if you're trying to like plan B your way out of a challenge or something. They're not super useful in regard to like beating out multitudes of defenders because there's multiple layers of defense you're working through while you're playing in threes. All right, I think one of these guys is getting boosted. Just my take on what I'm witnessing right now. Like right there, that's a redirect to put it in the far corner. But you know, you should never learn that, chat. You should never learn that if you're below Grand Champ or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? No, I didn't scoop under it. Boop. I'll try for the heck of it. You're my least favorite type of teammate then. Guy's going for a ground pinch out of defense in threes. Immediately gets dunked. Oh, you completely threw it away, holy. That was not a good touch, and we're still gonna get scored on. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, JR's going for that. Ordinarily, you don't want to challenge off the backboard if you are the backboard guy, but I also don't trust my teammates to actually step up and take a touch, so I'm kind of just playing a bit more free. Ideally, the player on the ground should be challenging that, so that if the reset comes in and it goes up, then the guy on the backboard has it, you know? I was trying to get up. I was like, I don't think that shot's gonna be super clean, but... Go! Woo! Okay, we finally had a skim. Not a good one in the air, but it's still a skim. When I started, I was strictly following his mechanics. Should learn at rank and not to do, and I have myself. No, the thing is, like, that's the thing that you don't get it twisted. I think a lot of the Spook Luke catalog is probably really good. Like, I think a lot of what he has to teach, especially like lower level players like golds, plats, all that, I think, honestly, there's plenty you can learn. And I think it's actually good. He's a net positive to that. The problem is when you're trying to make hardline rules of always do this, never do that, whatever, that just doesn't apply in higher ranks. Like, you cannot make binary stuff like that for Diamond Champ, and especially like Grand Champ SSL. So when you have people trying to like improve and they're learning all these rules like, oh, you should never do that, blah, blah, blah. Like, honestly, like, back post rotation is a great example of this. Like, when you're a lower level player, honestly, it is probably best to always rotate back post because it teaches you how to stay out of people's ways in rotation. It teaches you how to take a better angle for yourself to see the field and to get better touches on the ball, whatever. But when you're at a higher level, it's actually almost like a terrible idea to always go back post because it just takes way too long. And also the adjustment from your teammates is good enough that you don't really have to worry about that, you know? So it's like, but when you're making a video and you're trying to describe these hard rules, it's like, it just doesn't work. It all falls apart. Yeah, we'll take an OT. In low grades, your teammates do not know the rules. A lot of people say, yeah, like, but that's the reason why, like, I have a video series called SSL Tries KVM where I play on keyboard and mouse, which I don't play on. And I'm able to play like through Diamond just knowing how to position my car and knowing basic mechanics. And obviously Flakes has his no mechanics to SSL series or whatever. And all of that will teach you how to play the game much better than like learning these super strict rules about never do this, always do this, blah, 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 you know? Because it actually teaches you how to read the game and how to like properly manipulate the play. It was good in my low rank view. No, it is. And that's the thing. I would just say you might have to pivot to something else if you are getting up there in rank. I think for beginners, video channels like that are great because that's the majority of the player base. The average rank is like a gold 2 or 3, I think. So it's like, there's a lot of players who want the knowledge, you know? Turn. No. That was not a read anyway, but it's fine. Please beat him. Thank you. Oh, how did you get that through? Jay, oh my God. What is this? Look at this needle thread. Calling that luck when, when you're getting slapped with my nuts. That's crazy from teammate. I like flip reset because it's mainly safer to do the ground, but so you do it at a good point, it would be stupid. Snow, I would agree that yes, a flip reset is probably better than a ground bench. Average has gone up. Has it? I'm gonna say it's probably a plat 1 then. Either way, yeah, I think channels like that are excellent for low-level players, but every single time I've ever seen a video of his where it's like, if you're a grand champ or a champion, don't do that. I'm always like, this is the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm just immediately like, nope. Like that, I just immediately disagree with it. It's not like, guy, I don't like him and he doesn't have a good point. Like, I'm willing to say, if he made a great video, I would have been like, you know what, I don't like this guy, but you know, I'm good. It's just whatever. I'm not a huge fan of that. I will say I don't like Spook Luke because behind the scenes stuff I've heard about how he runs his program and how he treats contractors, but that's just big money man type stuff, you know? Nice pass. My ears just bleed from imitating. I wasn't imitating. I don't think I could name a. I don't think I could do a Spook Luke imitation. Yo, average dick size just went up. Let's go. Hey, Lauren. He does just for the views. Well, of course he does. That's the point, though, is that you're an educational channel. And then if he ever got confronted, like, hey, you're not actually spreading educational stuff, he'd just be like, yeah, I know, but it's just the marketing, you know? And I'm like, yeah, but the thing is, the marketing is the content, like on a short form video, you know? So fundamentally, if you're not giving good information as an educational channel, then what's the point? It'd be like a history channel purposely making up history because it gets more clicks, and then people are like, wait, but is that accurate? They're like, no, but it's marketing. It's like, then what's the point of the history channel? Pigeon Pups, thank you for the raid. How you doing? Oh, I'm huge. My ass, fat. My chain, heavy. Nice. D1 is 11.3 percentile. Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like a normal distribution. Oh, this is Femboy Gaming, the Smurf playing with his, boosting his friends or whatever, I forgot. Yeah, this guy's like a crazy player. Of all players, not percentile? Oh. I mean, show me a distribution graph, though. What's the median player? Oh, and he got Devin upset. Most recent highest total percentage is Diamond 1. Just top 56%. Well, that's not percentage. What you're describing in top is percentile. But if Diamond 1 is 11.6%, I mean, that still falls into what distribution I would expect. Like, the mid-tier distribution should be like 30% on either end of the on either end of the curve. So I would expect like gold and plat to be probably a majority of players, like the heftiest chunks, you know. But the thing is, like, there's a positive kurtosis to all the graphs. So like when you are looking at distribution, a good ranked distribution should have less and less and less and less and less and less players. Like, it'd be weird if it was an even distribution. Like, there's as many bronzes as SSLs, you know what I mean? Like, that wouldn't really make sense. He just sits and watches videos, will probably never touch the game in his life. I'm Spook Luke? I mean, there are streams of him playing. I don't think you could make content like that without touching the game. Lord, thank you for the $4.99. How you doing? Someone challenge. Oh my god, we're just gonna get beasted on. Wow. So this has been fun.
Music is fire tonight, vibes are lit, lube is ready. Have a great rest of your night, Taco. Much love from Florida.
Florida. One of the only good things to come out of Florida is Forlorn. How you doing? Thank you for the $4.99. Appreciate you. And good vibes from Texas. I just realized my frickin' Twitch chat is super low for no reason. I'm gonna drag it back up to the corner. There we go. Yeah, these guys are like hella smurfed. It's always kind of annoying. I wonder why GC from South America are usually so beatable. Their GC sometimes Q and cash, and I'm low D1. Well, I mean, you're playing casual. I think that's the first thing. I think if you got into a GC match with South American players, you'd probably not be having a good time. Is a new horror movie coming out where the main character is a dog? Yeah, it's the director's dog. What platform do you stream on? I'm playing on my Samsung Smart Toaster right now. But technically it's Steam installed on the toaster. Oh, hold on. B. Thomas found the link. Well, this isn't official data, by the way. Tracker GG isn't actually a complete database, keep in mind. The Reddit one is what I'd probably want to hear, but thank you for this temporary one. So yeah, the distribution right now is Plat 1 is 19%. It is the most number of players around here. Oh, wait, that's ones. I want to see threes or something. Okay, wow, that's a really spread out chart. Still, I would say it's hanging. It seems around Plat 2, Plat 1, kind of where I expected. That tends to be, I feel like, where most players congregate. I would argue that the average is probably somewhere in here, like Plat 1 and Plat 2 area. Oof. Oh my god, I thought I cut off that angle. I didn't think you'd be able to get that. My bad. Hi, Chip. I was using it for reference, my bad. No problem. Yeah, Reddit sound. Yeah, Quip, I agree. Yeah, the Reddit rank distribution is always the most official one because that is directly from Psionics. The TRN is, I don't exactly know what glitches with it, but I think it's like based on like, once you check an account, it like stays in the account, and they do like batch updates of mass accounts, but they don't actually have like every single person in there. And I know it's false because like a while back, wow, my frame rate, I forgot to close my desktop capture when I showed that. Yike. Finally something I'm above average in. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of players in Rocket League that think that are way better than they think they are. Like if you're in Diamond, you are above it. You are well above average. If you're Champ 2, you're in like the top like 5% of all players. Oof, put up a hand, teammates. We just don't want to lose. We just don't want to win. One to 10, what would you rank yourself on? I'm not gonna answer that because that's just a stupid way to phrase it. So in this world, a 1 would be someone not even touching the controller and drooling on it, and then a 10 would be the best player to ever exist. That's such a wide margin. Like, I don't know what that means. Like that measurement just doesn't really make sense. I would say I'm like pretty good.
Was pissing me off, man.
Lord, thank you for that. Yeah, that happens a lot. Thank you for that other 2. Appreciate you, brother. And yeah, I am being a little pedantic and stupid, but that's also just I was a like psychometrician for a while, so my whole thing was designing surveys and scales. So not really something that I can let pass when someone's like, well, 1 to 10 as a player. I'm like, well, what does the scale mean? You have to understand the extremes, the poles. Ooh, I was trying to capture that. I thought I got up to that fast enough. Oh no, he bonked me. What rank would be if played in the early years? I think it'd be really interesting to see the average GC against old school pros. What you think your skill level is? I think I'm like pretty consistent. I would say my actual true skill level is probably like a very high GC3. Because when I'm in those lobbies, those are like the most consistent. I don't think I'm necessarily good enough to consistently get SSL. I've gotten SSL plenty of seasons and all that. I played in SSL for hefty chunks of each season, but like, I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I can complain about solo queue and all that stuff, but at the end of the day, if I was truly like an SSL level player, like a 2K, you know, top 500 in the world type of gamer, like, you know, I'd be up there. So, but you know, I'm old and I'm happy with my rank. And also, there's a lot of players who, you know, insult my skill or think that I should be better or whatever, and then they consistently lose to me in ranked whenever they play me. So maybe they should take a look. Oh my God, I was not prepared for that because I thought there was literally no fathomable way that we got beat on that near post. Why is Jay turning around, buddy? You have the complete angle. Oh well. Do you like playing 3s more than 2s? I'm just queuing 3s right now just because I was playing with my bud Leaf, but I've been increasingly liking 2s a lot, but that's mainly just because the queues are a little bit faster. Just because 3s is just not as popular of a game mode anymore, especially at like GC2, GC3. That's cool. And GG's. All right, we're gonna pause for just a bit. I want to Q dodge those 2 guys I just played with. We won our last game, but that's the second game straight where I'm like, I need to step it up a little bit. We gotta run 3s again. You're a cheat code for winning. That's what I'm saying, Shaq. Did he Mega Bonk you? I haven't played Mega Bonk yet. I don't know if I'd want to play Mega Bonk, but granted, if it's that popular, there's 0 chance that I would not like an auto shooter roguelike, you know? Can you retweet the main Northwood tweet? Hey, Slew, maybe you should check your freaking eyes, because I already did, idiot. No, just kidding. I think I actually did. I did retweet it on the Champ League account, but I didn't retweet it on mine. because I don't believe that Northwood deserves publicity. I'll retweet it in the mornings for maximal visibility. We need to find him for spring. Does your post say that? I only remember it saying we're recruiting. Yeah, I've heard about the back end wheelings and dealings, Slew. But yeah, hopefully you can find someone. That'd be neat. Yeah, I've heard the rumors going around. Might be a leak then. I mean, but bro, bubble players and RLCS players are the gossipiest people ever. It's insane. There's now such thing as a secure secret in RL Esports. Nice. We know one for spring. Hockey's last semester is in spring, right? The red is significantly different, so median and twos between flat one and... But that's what I'm saying, B-Tom, is that's where it's like, ooh. Hey, Tugboat. Oh, I was playing a bit more of dramatic touch. Teammate's about to get pwned. Oh, never mind. What? I didn't see that recovery, I'm not gonna lie. I just let it drift because I wanted the clip. That's really funny. And then we're gonna get scored on. That's really funny. No, it's 100% my fault. If you squint your eyes, you look like Jim Carrey impersonating James Dean. Okay. You gotta turn and jump. Oh, I tried to scoop underneath and I missed. Sad. Oh no! Teammate didn't get his flick. Oh. We try to break check the guy and then he immediately chells in the exact way you thought he would. That's fine. Oh, wow. I saw a teammate moving upfield, and I was like, it's okay, he's grabbing the mid boost, right? And he just was gone. Well, I gave that away. I should never pass again in twos. That's my lesson I'm slowly learning. Also, why are you turning around? You were perfectly positioned. I don't know why a teammate thought he needed to pivot there. He basically just turned his back to the play, which ultimately just means guaranteed goal. Sure. Yeah, we're lobbing that one just to keep it somewhat close to the midfield so that teammate can chase it. Nice. Grab some pads. Nix, you wanna... Unfortunately, I don't really trust my double on... Man, these guys are really good on the defense, I'm not gonna lie. Probably could have taken that, but I was afraid he was gonna land on me and it was gonna ruin everything, so... Nice touch. You have unlimited time. You have unlimited time. No, why'd you rush that? Why did you rush it? I bumped the first guy. I flat tired the second guy. All you had to do was just build your attack, and you freaking rushed it, dude. Ugh, sad. Oof. I tried to catch that one so I could go for the bump play because the guy turned his back. Cringe. Ooh, that was way better than I thought. I got a bad read on that, and it's okay. I lost to a red tag. It was a dark day, chat. I'm not gonna lie. No. I was trying to do something else. It's okay. This game wasn't winnable, so we'll get the next one. Can you be quiet for 12.7 seconds so I can Shazam this song? Oh, the last song? I can get you that song. I believe that was Quinn XII. Quinn 92, that is. I forget the name of the song. I think it's Meeting Strangers. Yeah, it's Meeting Strangers by Quinn XCII. One of my favorite artists. I think I have 100 songs liked by him on Spotify. What is going on here? Meeting Strangers, thanks. Yep, Quinn 92 is a great artist if you've not heard of them. Definitely check them out. One of the few artists that can release an album and I like almost every single song on it. A lot of people are like, well, that's most artists I like. And I'm like, nah, dude, there's a lot of artists I actually love and I listen to their albums and I like maybe like 40% of their songs. Maybe even fewer than that. Yeah, Quinn 92 and this song playing right now, the band Camino. Those tend to have really solid albums in my experience. Good, now I have boost. Nope. How did you get that through? It's great. You missed! That's kind of crazy, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of threw that goal, Senti. I didn't expect you to freaking biff that hard, holy. But he actually chipped the ball over. Okay, well, we're 1v1 against... I was saying, like, if we don't go for the 2v1 every single time because this guy won't forfeit, then... Here we go. Unfortunate for that guy. His teammate was really raging. Did you know... Did you know how to air dribble pass, or can your teammates... I'm just trying to figure out what's happening in this lobby is madness. I think punctuation would help me being able to read those, but, I mean, 1600 lobbies are either aggressively boosted players or players who are like mech gods who just ball chase like crazy. There's no in between. It's very weird to go like play in the higher lobbies and then just be like, oh, everyone's really good. Okay, this is fun. But then in lower lobbies, it's like your teammate might not know how to aerial and your opponents might be quad resetting and you're just like, cool. Very fun. I'm off to work, gotta push twos, rank back to champ 1. Last question, why do I see people with red tournament titles and green ones? What's the difference? Red tournament titles are ones if you win 3 tournaments in one season, and the green are just if you win 1. I don't know the color. I don't know the rank for green. I think it's plat. Fuck. I like to dish. I like to dish. Wow, they got the perfect bounce. Red are 3 GC wins and green is 3 wins at any rank below that. Well, there you go. Have a great stream, brother. See you, Lauren. Have a good grind. Where are we? Did he get bumped? If he didn't get bumped, this is unforgivable. He went to the corner. Oh, no. I literally was like, okay, he's not going to go to the corner because he's in the middle, so it's fine. I'll go ball. But we have lost 3 straight kickoffs. Can we lock in a little bit? Well, here, you take it. Dude, teammates boosted as hell. That's crazy. Dude's holding down power slide every time he has to turn. He's overturning because of it. I don't know if this is winnable, chat. I don't know. There you go. The OG! I feel very ashamed whenever a teammate gives me the ball and I manage to lose it right after. I mean, unless you're like in Grand Champ, I don't think it's really a problem when people give away a ball or something. Like, most of the time passing like does not exist in lower ranks. Wow, I was about to say, I'm like, why'd you throw it away? And then I realized that guy pre-jumped for no reason. This lobby's horrible. Hi, Roop! He can't keep getting away with it. Oh, I was trying to play for the 50. Bro just didn't want it. I'm gonna go off ceiling for this. Okay, he threw it away, that's good. Oh no, teammate. Oh, he threw it away, it's fine. Just chuck it, nice. Go! Oh, sad, I didn't get the scoop. What's your rank? We are currently, I think, like GC2, a little bit lower than what we normally are. Trying to wrap around that. Didn't quite get. Hey, T-Bit. Oh, I didn't think he'd use his flip. I think he'd be better off not using it, but either way. Click. Ooh, low 50. I like it. I like it. Okay, we're done. Okay, teammates got it. Great casting yesterday. Yesterday. Oh, it is. I thought it was Tuesday. I was like, thank you. Yeah, casting felt pretty good. Honestly, that last game was crazy. Winthrop getting 3-0'd by St. Clair means this entire split is wide open, and I love it, dude. Because it's one thing if Winthrop loses. That's not something I really am super surprised by. But the way they lost that series, and especially to St. Clair, just shows how much skill there is at the top. You got to grind. Nice. Just kind of get above that. Okay. Over pursued that a little bit. I was like, maybe I can cut that off. You know how to flip reset? Buddy, you've seen me flip reset at least 3 times since you've been in here, but okay. I literally had a flip reset saved off the line in this very game. I don't know if you're just looking away from your screen or whatever. Oh, no, he bought me. Nice, well done, too. Who's on St. Clair? Arju, Zai, PZY, and Jazzy, Jazii. 2/3 of those were on the last Serial World Champion, Sai and Jazzy. I would say they're like the equivalent of like maybe high rank A, low rank X players. And then there's Arju, who is just, you know, ex-EU pro. Also just like generally insane. I would say probably one of the best players in CRL. You mean more than once in air? I technically can double flip reset. I've never tried to chain multiple in terms of like go for 3. I can get 2 every once in a while, but that's really it. Do you know any about the Brazilian scenario? The Brazilian scenario? What? That sounds like a B movie from the 1970s. Are you surprised Baylor lost? No. Baylor is still figuring stuff out. They have Hoxer and Andy, and JT's their 3rd. JT's like a 1900 SSL, but in the modern day of CRL, you need to be like all insanely locked in. And I think right now they're still figuring it out. But in the spring, they're gonna have a roster change, and they're gonna be insane. So we'll see. Nope. I messed up my takeoff. I want to do something different. I'm in the pros in-game from Brazil. As in, do I know Brazilian pro players? Yeah. Hi, Boxed. Oh no, it's in tritone. Oh frick. Wait, and team it. Wow, there's a whole lobby of people I know. That's funny. Combo move. I like the Falcon Punch. Whoa, controller just completely inverted right there. I did not mean to touch it like that. I should have helped try out there. Honestly, I looked at his air dribbling and I was like, that should be fine. And then I realized he had 0 boost on his flip. I was like, Check, I already answered you. I hope you get those last 2 opposed. What do you mean opposed? The one guy was talking crap. I hope I try for real. I don't know. Was he even talking to me? Oh! I just barely missed that little chip up. I don't think Try would have been ready for that. He wanted the full people in display. Well, you guys are referring to stuff that's like already passed. You have to know, when I'm streaming, my attention deficit is like basically 0. If you guys aren't, if I'm not reading a chat at least 1 second after something happens, I am not going to associate it. Your opponents were beefing. Oh, I was not paying attention at all to what they were saying because I knew they were just going like next and forth. So I just kind of ignore it. That's all I hear. It turns into like freaking little cartoon mice yelling. That's all I hear. That's all I hear when reading visual text chat. You know what? Shut up, chat. I don't need to explain myself to you. I don't know what that was. I wanted to see if I can. Oh, well, it doesn't matter. That's stupid. I full sent on that because I was just like, it'll probably on target. It's fine. I get the lightest little touch there. No, this is my favorite, is when teammates have like lore coming into a game. My favorite is when it's like you're playing against 2 randoms and then one of them misses a shot and then the other guy just goes like, dude, kill yourself. And you're just like, whoa! And then you realize they've been playing each other for the past like 6 hours and this guy is like constantly losing. So he's just like at his wit's end. You know he's coming in and be like, I dare that motherfucker to miss 1 fucking shot. And he does. He's like, it just like lights his hair on fire, you know? Like, you just know that he's on absolutely 0 patience. His last straw was an hour ago. Oh, I almost got bumped into that double. No! Ah, that's a shame. The best ones are one guy just goes AFK because he does not want to play. No. That's the ultra level of like tilt where you get a teammate and you're fundamentally like, I refuse to even entertain the idea of playing this because I know it's going to be a loss. That is like a tilt that once you're at that point, that's the point of no return, in my opinion. How did you miss and recover fast enough to bump me on that? What? All right, well, I'm just gonna pre-jump this. Oh, that would have been really cool if he hit it right to me. The most trash talk happens in 2s. Well, I mean, I think in 2s, it's still a team-based game, but at least in 3s, it's like a little bit of diffuse. Like, unless you absolutely just suck, like you are a Hoover vacuum of a teammate, in 3s, it's kind of hard to blame one guy. Where in 2s, if you're getting worked, it's kind of hard to like point at anyone else. So, oh. Well then. He says, I'm nervous. We got this. We got to do it. Oh no, he said we got this in team chat. That's embarrassing. We don't got this. Why? Okay. No, teammate, I got bumped. No! No! Wait. I really expected that to be different. Ow! Try good recovery, man. What a throw. Anyway. Hi, Emperor. No, but 2s is definitely a lot of trash talk, but that's like to me expected, you know? Like we actually have only one player to blame. But the thing is like, it's just so funny to watch when players are that. The worst part, though, I will say, is like when you have a player in 2s that, I don't really know how else to describe this. It's the reluctant tryhard, where they like are playing high. They're playing well. They're definitely sweating and trying to win. But then they like get insulted by someone else. They're like, but well, you're trying, and I'm just playing the game. So blah blah. And my buddy. You know what the secret is to truly not caring about your rank and playing at a high level is not getting upset if you're losing. But if you're getting this tilted over losing, clearly you're not nonchalanting your way through ranked, dummy. Like, clearly you're pissed off. Like, it's pretty clear. Repeatedly saying I'm not mad is not the same as not being mad, you know? Like what is Yolks doing down here? This man used to be a demon in twos. No, I was hoping Opal would be like, I gotta rush this, and then I was gonna hit right past him. So I didn't have the boost beyond that. Nice, Furious. Well done. Bonk. What you nervous for? Well, 8-Bit got into my game. No, you didn't. You didn't sell. We just had one open net that didn't work out. I'm getting recognized as someone else. I was gonna say University of North Carolina something, and I realized his clan tag is probably just Unks. Yeah, good recovery. Well, I want to see if Yolks went to the corner. Do you think age is a factor? I think as you get older, you have more to do in your life, and it takes away from being able to grind. But I mean, you do lose a little bit of reaction time, but I don't think, like, as you old, you're going to significantly fall off. Like, the fact that I'm still able to play at GC2, GC3, and reach SSL when I'm, like, 30, I think should show, like, it's not as big of a deal as people might lead you to believe it to be. My bad, Furious. I wasn't sure if he was immediately turning on that. I wanted to go. Figure out GC or Arma cooked. I mean, I think I'll be fine. The problem is when I was younger, I was also a higher level player, so it's not so much that I improved to GC when I was older. I was already at this rank, so that's a little bit different. But I firmly believe that with enough practice, you can do it. That's probably the biggest thing, is most people mid-career or whatever can't dedicate multiple hours a night. Especially your partner and a kid's idiot. All those hours you use and spending on dates and anniversaries and spending quality time at home could be time spent in custom training. Just think about that. I have been cyberbullying Opal all game long. It is insane how many times I've bumped this guy. Yokes was, he hit it back and realized immediately I was already behind him, and he's like, wait a minute. I think Yokes has the 100 boost on this. Bonk. Another bump. Ah, go for it. That's fine. Giveaway. Preset goes hard. Thank you. It's the Canada preset. And then my other one is kind of US in a way. It's funny. My one's red, white, and blue, and this one is just red and white. Catch it. Nice, teammate. Yeah, I was just playing the angles on that. I'm like, I'm not really going to be able to win that. I would like you to turn on it, though. That's such a shame, dude. Oh my god. Right at the last second, we give it away. I don't like him not going. Honestly, if he just free jumped that would have been fine. Him turning around when we had someone in near post is the downfall. Yeah, this is marred shard, titanium white paint as the decal. Black OEMs, black luminous, and black standard boost. Oh my god, ain't no way. Wow, what a way to lose. Look for it. 300 hours in Rocket League now. Not a 500 plus, just snail. Snail. I could have probably taken a bit more time on that last one. Oh my god, guys, did you guys see I don't remember his last name, but you have the Lakers starting to like cook in the first couple of games, and everyone's doing like crazy stats, and you have like it's like La Rivera, Reeves, and Luca, and they're called the Tres Leches. There's so many memes. They're posting like the three of them in a graphic, and then underneath it's like the scene from Pocahontas, the animated movie, and they just go, "These white men are dangerous." Dude, freaking NBA Twitter is so funny. You have a Twitch? I do. It's every social media you could possibly think of. It is that social media / the Danger Taco. Nice. I was like, hey, Isaac B, nice and pretty good. I think it's about that time. Have a good night. See you, B. Thomas. Good night. I don't know, they're winning out their main three. I mean, they just have a really good talent. I get demo. I didn't think he'd catch up with me on that last one. I mean, he landed perfectly on that and then boosted right as he landed. That acceleration is what caught me there. Trying to get a light tap down the line. Oh, hello. Bonk. No! I demoed the guy and he knocked me back. That's crazy. Nice shot. Do you have any recommendations for how a high school player get noticed by college recruiters? Email people! Email the recruiters! The country is big and recruiting is not so easy as it used to be. If you have a collection of clips is one thing, but literally just ask the person, hey, I'm interested in your school. Do you have positions open? Are there scholarships? Explore the web pages. I've always wanted to make a central hub for that stuff, and Spin is always trying to make like a combine, but ultimately, if you have a esports player, contact the esports athletic coordinator, or esports director, or head coordinator, or coach, or whatever, you know? That is continuously the biggest piece of, the biggest suggestion I hear from people that are in those positions trying to recruit. But also like adjust your expectations for like the player. Like if you have a player who's like a GC1, they're not gonna, don't go to like some massive school and be like scholarship, because they're not gonna give it to you. You're just not high enough rank. And a lot of people are like, well, I'm willing to work hard. And it's like, yeah, but you kind of still need to show that you have the existing potential right then, you know? Or the existing rank. Ooh, bad touch. I thought I'd get a little higher there. I just watched 2 6-mans, now I'm on a demote from rank A. Leave. It's okay. It's late at night. You'll get it back. Gotta join Gababy in rank X. Someone else just got rank X too. I'm trying to remember who. Oh. It's Blah. I don't remember watching Blah. Hey, Steven, thank you for the tier 1 sub. Appreciate you. Mercy, yeah. Honestly, Mercy is pretty impressive. I remember him getting... I'm hearing whispers about where he's going for where he's got recruited. But I always remembered him as like a B+ player. So the fact that he was able to grind that much and get to X is really impressive. He was always a very good high school player. I just never expected him to actually be able to grind that much. Good for him. On his promo and dropped 850 in game 5 to win. Hell yeah, dude. I mean, that's a sign of a good player. Under pressure, you play your best. He played like Jesus. You did not mean to do that! That was the most perfect bounce off the lip I've ever seen. How does that go up? I understand going out, but like up? That didn't even hit the out lip. Danny, that was really bad by me. I don't even know what I'm doing here. These guys on blue team are literally just sitting here waiting for me to touch the ball and then, oh, lifting it right over me. Man, why am I assuming these guys aren't good? I'm kind of like incredibly bad right now. He's peaked at top 36 in the world according to TRN. Well, TRN is not accurate. Unless you're on the top 100 leaderboards, you are not top 36. But also early season also does not count for that. If you're at the end of the season and you're top 100, then you're legit. I would say nowadays, if you're top 100, you're probably pretty legit. Good bump. Man, I hate players in parties. They're actually good at the game. Dude, really? I don't touch that? I'm so bad right now. And these guys we're playing are actually good. I think we're done with 2s for a bit. Hey, Elizabeth. Or Liz. Yeah, Mercy's really good. Played with him for a bit. Had known him for a bit because he was on Prosper High School, I think. Which means he was right down the road from me because he's Prosper's north of where I live. But yeah, Dubious, I would say don't collect accolades. That's not really... Personally, I don't think any athletic coordinator would care at all what rank... Like, if someone came into my DMs and be like, hey, I won the Tennessee State Championship in Rocket League, I'd be like, I don't care. Like, it's like, that doesn't matter. What's your 6-man's rank? What's your 2's peak? What's your 3's peak? And also, I'd probably, if they were like decent enough and enticed me, I'd probably want to get them in a 6-man's with my team or something. Just be like, hey, I mean, how about stop into the server? We'll give you a recruit tag, and then we'll just play some in-houses. Yeah, that's a decent amount of coordinating or recruiting goes. How you doing? How's the game's treating you? Yeah, game's alright. It's Kublu's ult? Ayo, what? Wait, there's no way that's his ult. Kablooey is such like a 1980s kids show name. It's Kablooey! Oh! Overcorrected. Hi, Andre. That was tech. I learned it from Drafinha. You guys remember that goal where he pogoed off of the crossbar, saved his flip, and then dunked the ball, the clearance in? Legitimately, I cannot tell you how hype I got when I saw that play live. That was actually sick. I mean, if I was able to keep the flip, that would have been way cooler. Speaking of keeping your flip, I had no faith he had that. How can colleges justify scholarships to RL players? How can they justify giving $300 trillion to the stadium or practice facility? Because they have the money. I guarantee you not getting 30K from a student every year, a singular or 3 students is not going to bankrupt a university with 30 billion in endowments. They're doing just fine. Plus, you got to think about sports not as sports, but as marketing vehicles. Every time an esport player plays and they're on camera and they're doing graphic stuff, that is just newer ways to display sponsors. Also, you have to think about esports as a marketing vehicle for the university. Did you know that actually a vast majority of people who attend major esports unis cite the esport as a major reason they apply? It can actually be a differentiator for a bit. Like a couple universities, people are like, yeah, I was kind of between a couple, but like this one has a whole esports center with like a bunch of crazy high-end PCs. It also has an esports culture and a lot of like video gaming within the student union and within like the general campus. And therefore people are like, I'm interested in that. So when people say like, well, how does it make financial sense? Well, oftentimes it doesn't, but the problem is if it helps recruitment and enrollment, then in a way, it does lead to more money for the university. It leads to more applications. Illinois State, in fact, got like a ridiculous amount of their applicants apply and say the part of the reason they liked it is because there was the esports program. Man, I really wish that we didn't backpass that. Tried to chat and it said had an internal error. Damn, it was grilling your mental health right there. They also create revenue. I mean, yeah, I guess in a way, but like indirectly, I would say that's more what they're trying to get at. If you're supersonic, what do you think you play in years? I'm gonna really need you to rephrase what you think, what you mean on that one. Love playing full parties, Chad. Huge fan of this game. Oh, we're not even playing a full party. My teammates are just really questionable. Man, I hope this isn't Kublu's ult. He's really faded. I mean, you guys gotta think about it. Stop thinking about it in terms of return. Like, that would imply that all students are turning a profit. Like, what are you generating for the university? Well, I mean, universities don't take a cut on scholastic prizing or prizing, so. At least to my knowledge. Most universities don't. How many years did you play in the Sonic play? I'm assuming you're meaning how long have I been a Supersonic legend in my time playing? Of all ways to that not work out, sad. Oh, bro, that was crazy. He jumped and bumped me. Nice! I just full sent for that bumped and trusted. Got it on target. Good job actually getting on target, teammate. The amount of times I've done that and they just like just ram it super wide and I'm like, buddy, I want you to ram it down the middle. I want you to ram it right into me. Wait, hold on. Pause. Ooh, I thought he was gonna soft touch it and he immediately gave it up. How many years do you have to play to get Supersonic Legend? I mean, I don't know. I got it in the second season that it was available. Wait! Oh my god, imagine if that went in. That would have been such a stupid way to win. No, I didn't realize he'd give it away. That's crazy. Phase Obama. Now, let me be clear. That was sick. Now, let me be clear. I am frying these guys. Oh. Slig. Ooh, 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 ooh. What a crazy way to lose, Slig. What are we doing? Why are you rolling it to the sidewall? Just freaking catch it or throw it upfield. Man.
We don't believe it. No matter what we say, it's true.
Granted, we should have won that. I just didn't expect King to throw it away right down the middle. I was like, wait, hold on. I was gonna play like deflection or something, but then he threw it right at me and I was like, let me put it on target and then crossbar out. It's sad. I didn't realize it was 2 days this weekend. Yeah, we gotta fast forward because Thanksgiving is coming up and that's gonna lose a weekend, PK. So I think when they were designing the schedule, they had to do back-to-back, which is kind of interesting. I mean, it means we get a lot of results really fast. I'm on day one. I'm not on Sunday though, unfortunately. I'm actually not. I'm on Saturday, and that'll be my last of the semester until fall championship. Glad to see Ball State kicking off semester right. Good and expected dub, BK. The Rocket League server glitch. I think that's console dependent, to be honest. Feels good finding some consistent results. Hell yeah. In the back of my mind, I'm like, I'm not gonna lie, I will never forgive you guys if you guys qualify indominantly and then lose to Baylor. I was actually like, I was gonna lose it. Not gonna lie, I didn't think you'd go for that, and I didn't think, wait, this is fucking Parth? Parth, go freaking die, dude. I hate it when freaking pros and bubble players are freaking smurfing in my lobbies. Come on, buddy. Go play twos. You don't need to play threes. You're a pro player. You don't ever need to play threes ever again. Taco, you don't want to play pros? No, I don't mind playing pros, but wait until I'm actually GC3. Why am I playing against these freaking smurfed as bullshit players? All right, that kind of ruined my mood. Anyway, good night, everybody.